when they hunting for you.
Welcome to the Mint Connect, where we connect business owners with the right customers. I'm your host, Mia Maya, and today we have a special guest. Today we have, if you'd like to introduce yourself,
Angelo Austin, fragrance designer and owner of Preeminence, fragrance line.
Preeminence. You gotta say that name one more time.
Preeminence.
Preeminence. Slow for the viewers.
Okay. Preeminence. in a nutshell, that means to be superior, it means to be the best.
Be the best.
Yes. Yep. And then that's one reason why even a fragrance flow into it, because I feel like you expressing a unique piece of yourself when you actually wearing a fragrance. So that's why I feel like it's a confidence booster. You feeling superior and you're right.
Okay.
So yeah, but that's our main thing. We do custom fragrances. That's our main thing. So we cater to those unique people who wanna, show that.
Right. Awesome. So Mr. Austin, can you please tell us what got you started with this unique fragrance line?
One of the things that really got me started with that is more so I really love the way women smell. Like growing up, my mother, my sisters, all of them would wear perfumes. When I dated a woman, as I got older and stuff like that, I would buy them perfumes as gifts. Even when I was kind of younger, I bought them perfumes as gifts, and I would buy my sisters, my mother, that stuff like that for gifts too. So I just always love the way women smell. And then anytime I go shopping in Macy's or in a big brand store, I just love the way stuff was packaged. I just thought that was just amazing on top of the smell. So just in short, I really wanted to do that. And then the more I started trying to get my mind right to do it, I'm like, okay, you know what, I probably can't do this. It just seemed like it's too much to try to put all this together and to do all of this or whatever. And then some time went past, I wrote that down as a goal, and it took me about 4 years to actually start. I sat on that as an idea for 4 years, because it was more so it's like a disbelief in myself that I couldn't do it. And then once I actually, okay, it's gonna be too much and all of this stuff like that or whatever, then once I actually sat down and started learning how to do it, I'm like, okay, it's gonna take a lot of work, but it's not as much as I thought it would be.
What was the first step after those 4 years that got you really into going? Actually, what pushed you?
Getting kicked out of nursing school.
Getting kicked out of nursing school?
But you know what, only reason I went to nursing school was because I'm like, okay, I can get the money to, do this.
Okay,
Because I'm still thinking on the level how much it's gonna cost, because I'm like, okay, you gotta hire a chemist, you gotta do this. I'm just reading all this stuff of everything you gotta do. And I'm like, man, okay, this is gonna cost too much. I gotta at least go into something that's gonna get some money. So after my first semester, I got kicked out. And then I'm like, man, I ended up going back to my goal book, because I kept a journal with all my goals in it.
I love that.
Yeah, and I always did that. So I went back to that, and I just seen that was just something that it was just so much on my mind. So that's why I'm like, okay, I need to go ahead and do this. And that's on the flip side too. That's why I felt like I got kicked out of nursing school, because I felt like that's not what I really wanted to do. And I looked at people who actually succeeded with that, and it was something that they wanted to do. They genuinely wanted to do it. So that's when I said, okay, let me do something that I really want to do. And let me put my money into it, and let me do this. And that's the thing too, for the first first few years of it, or whatever, it really was an expensive hobby.
Okay.
Now, and this is one thing I even want to talk to other people out there who think about creating something, think about doing something. You got to understand when you kind of it's different on understanding something on an artistry level than it is on a business level. Some people might have an art of how to do something now, but they don't understand the business side of it.
Okay, cool.
And then that's what got me into wanting to understand the business side of it. Because I'm like, okay, if I keep doing this, I'm gonna be broke.
Okay, cool. So that was one of the mistakes when you got kicked out of nursing school. You went full-fledged, brought the things that you needed to create your products and things like that. Well, hold on, let's pause. Was one of these your first creations, or?
Wait, it was packaged completely different.
Okay.
Now this was my first creation. It's called Orgasm.
Orgasm?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Tell us a little about Orgasm.
Well, you know what? I wanted to use something that created some aphrodisiac scents. So I wanted to use vanilla, chocolate, some of those just to create an actual scent out of it. So I experimented with that for about 6 months until I actually came up with the scent that I wanted to use. But it was packaged different. I just actually repackaged that like this, because the more I understood about the beauty industry and all industry, when I started understanding about the business like that, I understand, you sell them a scent, but at the same time, your packaging, people buy with their eyes. So they'll look at something and they buy it from the perception of how it looks like that. Even though it smells good, it's some of the best smelling stuff you ever smelled.
Right. But he's not lying. Literally, ladies, if you have not ran into Preeminence, you definitely should go forth and Google them. Definitely check out their website and get you some orgasm. I got a question too. Why the name orgasm for your first product?
Because you know what, I felt like it matched with the what I was trying to convey, the aphrodisiac and stuff like that.
Oh, so that's actually something twisted in with the actual Afrocentric kind of.
Yeah, scents like vanilla and all of that stuff. Because those are actual aphrodisiacs.
Because when you say orgasm, I'm just thinking like, you know, excuse me, mom and dad, but you know, you're having an actual orgasm. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing, it smells so good, you think you did.
Oh, see,
It's the same feeling.
love it. So tell us a little bit about your second product with this lovely floral
fixation. And that was the last one that I actually created. That was last year. We had a release party for that at the D-Loft. We shot the commercial for that. And we actually got that on Amazon too. So we just actually, with that, my whole goal with that, I just wanted to create something with a lot of, I love floral smells. So I just wanted to create something that smelled elegant, something that I would see a woman wearing a dress with and stuff like that. Like that's how a lot of my stuff, that's how I created it. It's more like an art to me. Like I create something, and that's why I really enjoy doing customized fragrances. That's like my biggest thing, because I feel like I can look at somebody and tell what fits them.
Okay.
You know, and even when it comes to that, or whatnot, that's what I wanted to kind of do with that. So it's kind of like I get a picture of, you know, the type of woman that I would want to wear it in my mind, and then I kind of create everything around that, the color scheme and all that. So it's like a lot of thought process that goes on.
Yes, I see it's a lot of thought process, and actually the box too, this is very unique.
Yeah,
so
all this stuff custom made too.
Wow, custom made by you.
Yeah, no, not the box, not custom made by me, but that was actual design, and I had it designed.
Right, exactly. This is very unique. So you got the best fragrance mixed in with the presentation, because like you're saying, it's very important when you are jumping into business and you do want to start something like a fragrance line, you know, understanding the business, what sells, what, you know, get you that, you know, that extra, you know, less promotion, I would say. You know, what causes less promotion, you can just really sell the product just by touching, smelling, and also the presentation. So I'm literally, you definitely did a great job by doing that. Now, you're saying it's just two. Do you have any other fragrances added to your line? Tell us a little about.
We got
how many?
All together we have over 40 scents, but we do have far as like signature fragrances that's packaged like that all together, it's about like 7, 8, I believe. Yeah, it's about 8 of them. Okay. So we got a few different ones. Charisma was the second one. Charisma, that was like really creative with rose. Rose is something that's elegant, so that's kind of the feel that I wanted to go for that. But like I said, these are the main two that women like really love.
How do you know that floral is you know, set at the top of what women love?
Now this is one thing I do. I'll give you a little intel to how I do stuff. At the end of every year, I look up the top selling fragrances. I look at the top selling fragrances, I see, okay, a lot of women are attracted to the florals, you know, or something like that. Like the biggest seller was Chanel No. 9 or something like that, or Chanel No. 5, I'm sorry, for the past 2 years in a row, and then the other scents are floral too. So I kind of will go with that. Then once we actually do events, I say, okay, you know, I need to create something floral, because that's something that's in demand. Even when we do events, we run so many events, but when we do events, I use that as a market study too. So I use that to talk to my customers, to see what my actual customers like that. You know, and then I actually start building on that, and that's actually where even most of our blog posts come from. So I pay a lot of attention to the customers. If you pay attention to the market, they'll tell you what's good and what's not.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right about that. Where do you see yourself in 5 years with your line?
Where I see myself in 5 years with the line, we're looking at having that in retail placement within the next, I'm going to say by the end of the year.
Right.
We're really looking at, aiming for that. We actually shopped that to Neiman Marcus. Wow. And they didn't like the name.
They didn't like it?
The orgasm, yeah. But we shopped that to them, so we're in the process of shopping that around more. We eventually might move into a storefront. I don't really want to, though. My main thing is remaining mobile and getting product into retail.
Why not storefront though?
To see the storefront, because I feel like we do so well with just events. Just when I say events, you in one spot right there. As a store where you kind of just you stagnant a little bit. But that's why I said we might eventually get into that. But the events we get to move around like that. Yeah. So I really like that. And then I don't really want to limit myself to just Detroit. And then the way everything is now today, you can run stuff online, and just doing those events, you can run those so strategically like that, and you grow we didn't grow our customer base a lot this year.
And how long have you guys been out?
4 years, but like I said,
So, hold on, 4 years.
4 years.
Okay, cool.
So since 2014.
Okay, cool.
So and we done been in the mall and everything. So, but that's what I said. Up until last, I'd really say about a year and a half ago, that's when I really started understanding it as like treating it like a business. It's a big difference, like between just kind of buying stuff, selling stuff, making stuff, as opposed to understanding cash flow, understanding what you need to reinvest with stuff, understanding the importance of your inventory, understanding that marketing is your backbone to everything. You know what I'm saying? Really taking something from making a sale to turning them into a customer that's keeping shopping with you like that. We got customers that still been shopping with us for 4 years like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
That's amazing.
yeah, that's why I try to be big on customer service.
Yeah. So what was your biggest accomplishment within these 4 years?
What do I feel like my biggest accomplishment was within these 4 years? I don't know. That's hard to actually answer. I feel like I've had a lot of accomplishment. I feel like hitting my sales numbers is accomplishment. I feel like connecting with great people like you to get my story out and other stuff is accomplishment. Our commercial that we shot downtown, that's an accomplishment. So I just feel like it's just everything is an accomplishment. Just the fact that I did it, I feel like that's an accomplishment, and actually stuck with it and started to grow it.
Okay.
So I feel like those are definitely accomplishments. So that's what I say. That's kind of a hard question to really answer like that.
So on your journey to success, within these 4 years, is there anything that you wish that you kind of would have done a certain way?
I wish I would have had somebody to teach me the business aspect of it.
Aww.
At first,
Okay.
now it's completely different because now it's like, okay, I understand it, but really the first few years, and that's what I always tell people too, like when you start something, you initially paying to learn, and I think that's a problem in a lot of communities. You don't have mentorship.
Yes.
And then some of us don't just seek mentorship. You just go out and just do it, and then wonder like, why something didn't work out. And then it's like, okay, every time you do something, every time we did something, we had to learn like, okay, no, we did this wrong. We got to try like this. Keep doing something till you get it right. Okay, now that's right.
Yeah.
Now do it like this. Even with kind of how I was talking about, not the store and the events, even like with certain stuff like that, just knowing how to actually capitalize off that, learning how to create a sales process for people to follow and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So can you tell us what's next with Preeminence?
That's a lot of stuff that's next. Y'all gonna have to stay tuned.
Ooh,
It's really.
So is we gonna get some fragrance, some candles?
We got candles.
Oh,
I'm not even.
tell me.
Okay, you know what?
Because I just.
You know what? I'm sorry. We didn't even go on that. And that's when I started talking about that. Matter of fact, let me back up a little bit. When I told you I started to learn business of it,
Yes.
I started expanding beyond perfume.
Yes.
So we got shea butter lotions, we got candles, we got what else do we have that I'm missing? The perfume. We about to get into body scrubs. We branching out to a whole line. So really all of these scents, all of our main scents like that, you'll be able to get them in any form you want. And I had to learn that with the business when I was telling you about.
Yes.
You got certain stuff that, like certain women, they love this smell,
Yes.
but they love it better in their house than on their body.
Yes.
So I had to really learn that, like, okay, well, you know what? Everybody, they might like it like this, so that's when I had to start branching out and tell this stuff. So pretty much in a nutshell, we got body line, and then we got home line. Same smell that's in body, you get it at home, but our main thing is custom. We do custom.
Okay, awesome. So yes, partnerships. Tell us a little about how you feel about partnerships and partnerships.
I feel like you that's the only way you're going to grow. Like when I say that, because it's only so much you can do by yourself. Even what else? That's why we started wanting to look at wholesale and bring in like, distribution and retail and stuff like that, because it's like, okay, you only can do so much yourself, but if to grow something, especially with a product, especially if you're selling when I say a luxury product, something that people don't really need, you have to get it in as many hands as it need to get in to create like a constant cash flow with it. You need to. So even to make that sustainable, you need to actually do that. So you need partnerships in every way around, and you won't grow without them.
Absolutely. And the reason I asked about partnerships because I want to see your stuff in some of these boutiques and some of these storefronts. Partner with different people because you have a unique line. That's next.
Yeah, that's the main.
I'm trying to pull it out of you.
That's the main. That's our main thing is that's next, because it's like, okay, you only can do so much yourself. We got good product that people love and people buy, so it's like, okay, you still got to get into different hands like that.
Absolutely,
Yeah, so we
absolutely.
definitely, but we aiming, like I said, for some of the majors too. That's we really aiming for that.
Yeah. So what are some of the states that you traveled to with your company?
Oh, we went to Chicago. That's the main one that we went to is Chicago. But we will be going to Atlanta. We will be actually probably going to Dallas too next year.
Big
So yeah,
Dallas.
so we gonna go to. We actually hit a few places next year like that because, like I said, you only can. I don't like to stay stagnant. I just feel like it's the world too big and it's too many potential markets out there for us.
Yes.
You know, so like I said, we definitely more so on traveling. So kind of do it in the mind frame of a mobile retail shop.
Mobile retail.
That's how I like to kind of operate.
Yes, love that. That's absolutely dope. So where can our followers connect with you in the next few weeks? What events will you be attending or at?
This weekend, this probably what dropping after that, but this weekend we had Cobo for the Natural Hair Festival. The week after that we had the Easter Market. The 25th we had Cobo again for the Women's Empowerment Group. Angela Bassett, she a key speaker there. September 21st we'll be at the Charles H. Wright Museum, and then we back down at the Easter Market for that time. December 1st is tentative. We might be in Atlanta. It's tentative though. I'm thinking about waiting until February instead of December.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, because we got like I got a whole new setup in mind how we gonna set stuff up. So.
Okay, awesome, big thing. So is there anything that you would like to say to our viewers that we may have missed or something that you would like to just
You can
promote?
visit the website, theperfectperfume.com. You can find me on Instagram, Perfume King. You can find me on Twitter, Perfume King. You can find me on Snapchat, Perfume King. You can find me on Facebook, Custom Fragrances, Preeminence.
Awesome stuff. That sounds great. Well, there you have it here with Mr. Austin, the CEO of Preeminence. Did I say it right?
Preeminence.
Preeminence. See? Definitely make sure you guys connect with him. He's very unique and a down-to-earth kind of person. His line is definitely popping. He have a variety of different things that you've heard it here first. So make sure you support him, this Black King. Make sure that you are definitely supporting once again. So.
And I appreciate you for having me on your platform.
Thank
I really
you.
want to thank you for that.
Thank you. You are welcome. Definitely, most definitely. We thank you for allowing us to have that opportunity and also for being patient with us as well.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Yes, I truly appreciate that because, well, we were supposed to have been scheduling this interview,
It was.
10 months ago, back when, okay?
But you know what? Even with that, it was something that I told him, like, make sure you take the interview and do it.
Yes.
You know, so I really wanted to connect with you.
Yes, thank God. That's the spiritual alignment. So here you have it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this interview. Make sure you share, like, and do everything in your power to get us that feedback and that love that we need from this interview.